Hello guys and girls, welcome back. This is slicedlime, and today I wanted to show you a small invention that I made that lets you control something other than your character in Minecraft with WASD. So I can show you, walk up this button here. I'm giving controller and I can look down onto this board, and now I can control this little emerald block using my WASD keys. And you see I remain where I am, and the block moves around. And I've been given this little controller cube, and now when I throw this away, it places me where the emerald block was. So the way this works is, there are some command blocks under here that set it all up. I can open it up, show you. So under here is a piston. It will push a redstone block down. That will in turn execute these, and then these command blocks. So this one just simply picks the closest player and sets the active scoreboard to 1. So the whole thing works off of one scoreboard. It's called active. So let me show you quickly again what happens. I become active. I can move this around, and then I throw it away, and I go away from the active scoreboard. I'm going to clear my inventory so we can put that controller thing in place. I summon an armor stand. Of course there are armor stands, and its name is Marker, and its only equipment is a piece of emerald block on its head. So that's the thing I'm controlling. Now we're going to teleport me to a certain location, and that location is on top of a barrier block up in the sky here. And then I'm replacing an item in the first hotbar slot of the active player with an emerald block named controller, so that we can detect when it gets thrown out. And then this over here is a fill clock. So fills with stone, fills with redstone blocks. All of these things will execute once per tick. Now what we're doing is we're detecting if... Okay, so if I teleport myself to this block, I will end up... let's see where I am. So as you can see, I ended up at 23.5 and minus 12.5. So it places me in the absolute center of this block. So what we can do then is we can execute a command for the active player, detect whether 0.499 blocks away is a piece of air. And if that's the case, then I've moved slightly in the negative x direction. And if that's the case, then we're going to execute a command for the marker, detect whether there's nether brick below it and one step to its negative x direction. And if that's the case, then we're going to teleport it to be where it is, but 0.2 blocks in the negative x direction. So there's nether brick under this whole field, and then when it reaches the edge we want it to stop. So when there stops being nether brick one step that way, it won't move anymore. And then of course we do that for all 4 directions. So that's negative x direction, this is negative z direction, and over here we have the positives. Now of course, once I've moved, this will trigger every frame because I've now moved. So we're going to run another detection of the exact same thing. And if that detects, then we're going to teleport the player back to the exact position he was, which of course places you back in the exact center of that block. So if you look, when I play this, you can see a slight bit of jerkiness from this. My screen will kind of shake a bit when I'm moving. And that's why, because you're actually being put back. You're moving a tiny little bit, and then the same tick you're being put back into the center. So it's not like entirely perfect, but if you can do some pretty cool things with this. So I think it's worth it. And then finally, we're going to teleport you to your exact location again, but to reset your yaw to 0. And that is because I found that if you, like, the whole thing works. Whoops. Come on. The whole thing works if you can turn your head as well, like change your direction, but when you step like diagonally, it will detect that you are moving diagonally. And the thing is, it's kind of very precise, so even if you're moving a tiny little bit diagonally like this, it will move diagonally, and it will move fully diagonally, which meant that the steering got a bit imprecise from doing that, so it will just lock your yaw into place, and then it becomes a much more precise experience. And then up here we have the detection for whether or not you have thrown out your controller. So we're going to set the score for any type item that is has this tag named controller. So anything in the world that you've thrown out that is named controller. And if that's the case, we're going to teleport you to the marker, kill the marker, reset the score in the active scoreboard, and kill the item. And that's about it. I hope you liked the invention, and I hope you can figure out something cool to do with it. Thank you for watching. See you next time.